Game number 2 then of our afternoon sees England and Canada toe the hockey together. This is a first round game. Your referee in charge of this is Josh Clough. It is the best of 5 sets.
And a really big occasion this for Nick Fullwell, making his debut in the BDO World Championship. Stourbridge man, there he is. Won a couple of PDC Challenge Tour events in the past. Now 50 years old and up against David Cameron, Excalibur, his nickname. Hails from beautiful Nova Scotia, and he got to the last 16 last year, beating Andy Hamilton 3-0 and a distinctly out of sorts Gary Robson 3-1 before losing out eventually to Kyle McKinstry. But bags of experience, prolific winner in Canada over the years. And I know, Paul, you know a bit about Canadian darts, and you're certainly of the impression that David Cameron really hasn't shown us quite just how good a player he is as yet.
Yeah, I think that's very fair, John, because over the course of the last few seasons, where he always seems to make it to the BDO World Championships, he has had a decent run of course last year to make the last 16, but he has got the ability to do more than that. And the best proof of that maybe was in Romania at the World Cup a few months ago, where he won the World Cup pairs
140
with one of the other best players in Canada, Jeff Smith, and they beat Dan Day and Scott Mitchell in that final and averaged 3 figures in that final in a pairs match, which is really difficult to do.
Winner of this one will go on to play England's David Evans in the next round, that taking place tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, get through this with a decent performance, and that'll be good momentum to play the debutant David Evans.
I'll tell you what, Nick, I was impressed with Justin Hood. That was a good little performance he turned in.
161.
Yeah, good player, good temperament, plays the game in a fun way as well. Good to watch.
100.
Tip my hat to my friend Ryan Palmer from that part of the world where Justin's from, who warned me how good he was about 3 months ago. And 100. Ryan is at home, probably on the couch or at work right now, just giggling away, saying, "I told you so."
Well, Richard Veenstra is not going to have an easy game against him, I tell you, despite all his talent. Tops.
41. David, you require 147.
Cameron's on for the 147. Still on for double 18. Just checking if it's in. His darts do land pretty flat. That one is just a bit too north of that double 18 target to nick that first leg.
So this is to hold throw, double 10. Should be a decent liner. And moving in. Ooh,
10.
Second one made just a bit of a blocker. Didn't move along the hockey of a centimetre, I don't think.
2 9s. Oh, and you can't do that. If you can have a sighter on double 9, it's got to be on the outside. Can't have a dart in your hand that you can't use for the leg. And Fullwell for double 5. Just got a feeling that was going straight in. And of course, when I said Cameron was going to try and nick the leg, I meant no pun intended there.
Black country boy, Nick Fullwell, Wolverhampton born.
125.
Now living in Stourbridge. I haven't asked the question, is he a Baggy or a Wolves fan?
I'm not getting into that minefield.
They don't exactly see eye to eye.
No,
so
they don't.
I wouldn't like to get that one wrong.
I wouldn't want to get anything wrong with Nick. I've seen him in action on the dartboard. He's very handy at that.
177.
And he's very handy with his fists as well.
Oh, steady on. Can we be saying that's on television?
100.
He's a man of all trades, is Nick. I've known him many years. Very, very good friend of Terry Jenkins, who's a jack of all trades himself, who has done very well at darts and done very well in everything he does.
The archetypal wheeler-dealer, old bully.
He will wheel and deal in almost anything.
Good darts, first of the match, registered by Nick Fullwell.
David, you require 154.
Still a decent position for Dave Cameron here. Needs a treble though. Make things easier for himself, and he's just done that.
Nick, you require
eased the pressure a little bit, didn't it? But treble 20, the destination, and he can't finish now, so Cameron will get the opportunity to 60. Polish off that 54.
David, you require 54.
Potentially a 14 dart leg. Here we go.
Game shot on the second leg. David Cameron.
Yeah, tidy stuff. And
third leg is
there's been some good quality this afternoon so far, and we keep going like this. This will be a great session. Yeah, Cameron, of course, from Nova Scotia, a place that I visited for the first time back in August, and played in an exhibition match with Dave, and he nicked that one 3-2. It was a very good game.
Lovely part of the world, isn't it? When you get up there, it's stunning.
Magnificent. It will not be the last time I go to that beautiful part of Canada. Some good dart players in that
100
area of the world. A very good player by the name of Kylie Edmond, who doesn't seem to want to travel a lot, but he is very, very good, and I implored him to try and go to more tournaments in 2020. It'd be good to see him playing well. But of course, Jeff Smith, of course, from the next province over in New Brunswick.
Jeff having another go at getting his PDC card. Good player, and he's played well at this BDO championship.
Yeah, former finalist, of course. And I'm not going to forget my young friend Emily Alford, who is one of the shining lights of youth darts in Canada, who will definitely be tuning in from over there in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
100.
Throwing nice solid darts, the pair of them here. That succession of throws from Fullwell. 121, ton.
He's a very good scorer, is Nick.
135. Nick, you
just in case
80.
Fullwell doesn't get the 80, Cameron has an outside shot. It's out of his hands though. Top left corner of tops.
60.
And maybe that second dart was just too close.
Well, you said it's got a sniff of a chance. This would be for a break. That's a great first dart. It's just the wrong side of the wire. It's a bit unlucky there.
Yeah, only a shade more power, and that was in the 60 to give him shot at double 10, which Nick has just missed. But double 5 seems to be Nick's corner of the board in this match so far. Ding dong stuff going on at a very nice pace.
And all going with throw so far.
83.
Sometimes underlines the fact that it's a decent standard, which it is so far. And there are the early averages, both of them round about the 90 mark.
81.
You mentioned the performance of Justin Hood in the previous game. He got a 90 and change average with around about a third on doubles. That's steady for me, but you get the feeling with Justin that maybe there's a little bit more in the tank from him.
Well, there has been a bit of a buzz around about his ability, and he'll be wanting to prove that he certainly has that. And I always like to see a player who plays with a bit of a smile on his face, and he does. You ought to think about that when you get up there again.
97.
If. I've never played with a smile on my face. I always take life too seriously.
100.
Seen you smile on a golf course. Man, I'd smile if I had a 4 handicap, I think.
I wonder what it's going to be in 2020.
100.
Good ton from Cameron, and the advantage of throw in this match has been very important so far. Pressure applied,
80.
not a great deal. He's put himself on the same outshot that Cameron was on in the last leg.
So 121, treble 17 he'll look for now for the bullseye, but he'll have to wait and see.
41.
And so the ball back in Nick Fullwell's court.
140.
Should stay there. Went for tops. It was a beautiful lie with the first dart. He's missed the ball twice. Tactical.
80.
Really bad tactics from Nick Fullwell, in my opinion, but double 10 for Cameron. Doesn't make a mistake.
David Cameron.
Turns out the misses from Fullwell.
Fifth flag, it's Nick
out of the board didn't really matter, but you can't do that. You've got to put pressure on the shot.
Solid darts again from the Canadian. It's all gone with throw so far. And there is a first maximum of the match, second maximum of the match, I beg your pardon, for Nick Fullwell.
Yeah, no accident. He is noted for hitting a lot of 180s, Nick. Has a lovely rhythm.
135.
Bit pacey. When you play against him, you just got to hold your horses a little bit because you can get engrossed in a really fast match with him.
100.
He's had some tough times over the last couple of years, Nick Fullwell, personally, but in the last 6 to 9 months he seems to be getting his mojo back and getting on with life. He's a great guy to be around. He reminds me of Steve Beaton a little bit. He always seems to have a really good tan.
85.
Sometimes wonder if Steve gets a bit of spray on there.
He used to, but he has a a routine, doesn't he, before World Championships, Stevie Beaton? Well, he'd always go to Tenerife for a week.
136.
For the set, he's going to lay up for tops.
96.
Sensible stuff.
Nicely done. No need to gamble on going for the big checkout with his opponent not on a finish. And so Fullwell will come back
97.
needing tops.
Nick, you require
This is
40.
for the opening set.
Prefers
Game
tops,
shot
and
on the
why not?
first set.
Especially
Nick
when it nicks you the
Fullwell.
first set, every single leg on throw.
Second
And
set, first
the
leg. It's
experience
David
of
to go
Cameron,
first. Game
for
on.
me, he'll be saying that to himself. That's okay, I was expected to lose that first set, now I've got to mount a charge.
Early stages of the
100.
match. Question of how well David Cameron can respond.
Have you ever been to Nova Scotia, John?
I haven't actually been to Nova
81.
Scotia, but I've been in that part of North America, and it is stunning when you get over there.
Yeah, I got to see something called Peggy's Cove in Nova Scotia. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
99.
There's a lighthouse there with a lot of rockery and the rugged coast of the Atlantic. Breathtaking.
At risk of making this sound like a travel program, I mean, the thing that you notice
45.
about Canada, apart from that it's beauty, I mean, when you get over to Vancouver and Victoria, it's breathtaking. But it's the sense of space, you know, something which we
100.
like to think we've got in Britain, but a lot of the time we haven't got. We spend too much time in traffic jams.
Yeah, very true. If you want to get to Nova Scotia,
59.
I believe the flight's only about 5 hours.
I think you're going to start giving a few plugs for airlines then, just be careful.
Yeah, my nickname's Judith Chalmers now.
60.
Cameron on through again. Seems to be the tail of the tape for this one. Can Fullwell max it up again?
140.
And he needed to put pressure on
David
Cameron.
require
He's
142.
banging in some big numbers, but he's not got himself on a finish, so 6 from here for Cameron, which is just as well after that wayward first start.
45.
And that's not what he would have been hoping for.
No, not at all. He's given Nick the opportunity to get on his tail.
60.
Not enough, and a little
David
bit of a
require 97.
sigh of exasperation from Nick.
Looking at treble 19, gets the single, so treble 18 would have left double 12. So all he can do is
57.
just round it up and hope that
Nick,
Fullwell
require
doesn't take this out.
116.
One treble needed. Doesn't get it, only just shy.
60.
Cameron should take the lead in set 2.
40.
Well, this would be yet another hold of throw. Doesn't
Game
break
shot
a
on the
throw
first
yet, and there's
flag.
another one
David
which goes with the
Cameron.
darts for David Cameron.
Second leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on.
Well, yesterday, John, we had a fascinating game with Mikhail Unter-Buchner and Willem Mandegas, where
Good match that was.
there was
81.
only one break of throw, and it was 3-1 as a result for Mikhail Unter-Buchner. And it just goes to show that you don't need to break your opponent that much in order to get a really
100.
comfortable looking result. But 10 holes of throw from Unter-Buchner was very impressive.
Yeah, he's good temperament, Mikhail. I mean, he came up against a
96.
rampant Scott Waits, didn't he, last year when he was absolutely smashed. But on his day, he's a very tough man to beat. And the German, I'm sure, would be a very
85.
proud champion if he could take that home.
Yeah, German darts is definitely on the up with Mikhail Unter-Buchner, and of course other stars like Max Hopp, Martin Schindler,
80.
Gabriel Clemens, and lots of others.
Well, it's massive over there, the sport over in Germany. If you well, you know, you've been across there, but the atmosphere
60.
at the big arenas is terrific. And if ever a sport in a country craves a superstar, it's Germany.
Yeah, very much so.
94.
Good layup from Nick Fullwell there. Sensible switch when the 60 was blocked. And Cameron needs to find another treble.
100.
He's just flicking that first
Nick, you
flight.
require 150.
So 150 can be done, not now, but that's a good follow-up. Oh, unlucky,
83.
wanted treble 18 there.
David, you require 156.
Only one way you can get this. He's got one of them. Oh, he almost got the second.
100.
Really tight-knit darts there
Nick, you
from
require
Cameron. This is a
67.
key shot now for Nick Fullwell.
17 was the target, and he's got a 2. So tops with that outer.
Game shot
Oh
on the
yes, good
second
darts.
leg.
That is
Nick
impressive.
Fullwell, third leg,
Well, that
David
25
to
was a
go
bit of a
first.
gamble.
Game on.
Gamble that paid off.
Yeah, just a bit. You could see from the camera shot there that the top shot was a little bit of a shove. Tried to rescue the dart and he just got enough on it. But most players would have gone 15 bull there, but Nick backed himself and it paid off.
I know, my eyes were locked into that 15. I thought, oh, hello. But he was absolutely unerring, wasn't he?
It was a key shot because Cameron was lurking to break through for the first time in the match.
Well, good start. 134 from Fullwell with his first visits, looking to build on that. Needs a treble, and can't find one. That's a little bit of an opening which has not been seized.
Yeah, Nick's also good pals with another famous dart player from the Worcestershire region, Andy the Pie Man Smith. Remember him?
Do I ever?
How can you forget Andy?
Talk about people you don't want to go for pint with. Oh, great darts. Good darts. You wouldn't want to go course for course with Andy, would you? Didn't he once get slung out of an all-you-can-eat Chinese because they couldn't keep pace or something similar?
Pretty much. I was just about to say you wouldn't want to go lasagna for lasagna with him.
Is it going to be the first break of throw? Oh, this is not good.
69.
They needed that treble last dart.
That could be the most important dart of the match so far, that 60, because Cameron hasn't got anything close to what he wanted, and Fullwell should break from here.
Great opportunity. Oh, hello, double 11. Didn't want the double, but that's what he's got. Double 11 is what he requires. So now coming down.
50.
Well, that was unfortunate.
David, you require 145.
Not what the doctor ordered. And Cameron's not going to take the big three figure out. And Fullwell will take this chance.
125.
Yeah, Nick over pitching on that 18, rifling it into the double, but now double 4 next door. Oh, and he's put it in 18 again.
David, you require
his last 4 darts, he'll want to forget them. Cameron for 10s, and can't leave David Cameron on double 10. It's one of his favourites.
4th leg, it's Nick to throw first. Game on.
Very solid on his doubles, 4 out of 7.
95.
Yeah, 4 legs all, as you see in the legs column. Very tidy doubling from both players, but a very even standard in the averages there. You can see that Fullwell is scoring better, but based on the amount of chances he's had, he has missed a few.
Yeah, nothing in it is a good dart. Oh, follow it in, fill it up. Great darts, 3rd maximum.
It's almost like he was listening to you there, John.
Well, he is. I got him a little headpiece before he went up there, so I could encourage him. Apologies to all Canadian viewers.
I've had quite a few tweets from our Canadian viewers over the Atlantic. Love to watch their darts, and why not? They've got one of the best players of all time. Who, when you go to North America, if you're not in darting circles, nobody really knows who John Part is, but they should, because he won this title in 1994.
Yeah, terrific player, John. And a very nice fella.
David, you require
very clever man.
61.
This would be huge. It could go. Only just shy on the 51 for Bull, but he gets the ball.
Well, Fullwell's going to, I think, have to take this 68. Oh dear, that helps not one jot. So bullseye. And didn't really threaten it too closely.
David, you require
just a little bit loose on a couple of double shots now. And Cameron goes straight for the double 17. Climb the ladder, David. 17. He's gone too high.
Well, a lot of people wouldn't have gone straight at that, 35. But he decides that was what he wanted to do. And anyway, it's now an opportunity for Fullwell. Double 16, which is maybe where David should have been.
3.
And he's blown it again.
David, you require
missed
17.
Doubles have been a huge key in this set. Double 8 for Dave Cameron. Huge dart.
9.
Huge chance missed, and Fullwell can stay alive.
Well, this is the 32. Weight of expectation. That dart was for the sets. Fullwell now to keep in the set to make it 2 apiece, and he's done it. Another one after all the toing and throwing and various shenanigans becomes another hole to throw.
It just goes to show that good games aren't just 83. About good darts, but sometimes drama feeds us from misses. We've had plenty of those the last couple of legs. Plenty of set chances for Dave Cameron.
87.
Is he going to suddenly be 2-0 down after those misses?
I wonder if he rues going straight at that double 17 now. I suppose that's
137.
consigned to the dustbin of history. He'll erase that from his memory.
Big shot coming in from Fullwell. Another one of those 180s from him.
That's 4 of them already.
100.
4-1 in the one. Oh, I beg your pardon. 5-0 for Fullwell. I'm losing count. So many of them.
Yeah, I thought it was 4-1 as well. I could have sworn Dave Cameron got one, but he doesn't want a 180 here. He needs a 25 or a treble. Gets the treble. Really gambled there with a lie. Could pay off.
134 for the set. Can't do it now. So Cameron favourite again. And he'll come back needing 41 to take this set and square up the match.
41.
Tremendous pressure from Fullwell. And he's missed a single. He's got 23. It's double 10. It's his favourite. And it's still his favourite. What a huge dart from Dave Cameron.
And you wouldn't like to gamble which way this is going to go.
Game on.
Nick with the darts.
Had a bit of a tweet in the break there from
140.
good player from the West Midlands, Luke Woodhouse, who had a good World Championships himself a few weeks ago, and he informs us of who Nick follows in the football.
Go on.
100.
Birmingham City.
A man from Wolverhampton and Stourbridge supporting Birmingham City. I can't believe it.
I've never seen the like.
125.
Must have had some misguided parental pressure somewhere there, I think.
My parents tried to get me to support Man United. It didn't work.
100.
You're a Sheffield United fan, aren't you, John?
I am. Very
97.
proud. We're having a good year.
Billy Sharp is a very big darts fan.
Is he?
Yeah, big style. Loves his darts.
45.
Getting tweeting his impressions to us. Scored some goals over the years, Billy has. Club captain, you know. Tops then.
119.
Oh, good effort from Nick on that 139. Like we mentioned at the end of the second set, no breaks a throw yet.
100.
Toe-to-toe stuff,
20.
but there have been chances for breaks.
Don't think there's going to be one here. Double 10. There he
Game shot on the
goes.
first leg. Nick Fullwell. Second leg is David to throw
And
first.
getting the
Game
solid
on.
start that he'd hoped for. Just won the postcode lottery. Good man.
99.
Drinks are on him.
I was just going to say, now firing in refreshments for all comers from table 3.
I'll have a cuppa, thanks.
98.
Hey. Come on, Nick. He's got some fans out there.
Good raised eyebrows. I'm told, incidentally, that Terry Jenkins and Andy
125.
Smith are actually in the audience there, cheering on Nick.
Well, said they were good mates, those three.
135.
Travelled around the circuit for many years together. And if Terry is here, he's not just supporting Nick. There's got to be an antiques fair nearby.
180.
First 180 for Cameron.
5-1. It's 6th of the match.
55.
So Cameron now on
David,
throw.
you require 97.
97. Oh, good dart. Double 10 now. That's his favourite
77.
double. It didn't go this time, though.
So close. That was for a 12 darter. Best leg of the match so far. Nick needs to switch after that dart flattens out, but it's a beautiful switch from him.
David, you require 20.
Double 10 then for the hold of throw. Oh, this is a big dart now.
Game shot on the second leg.
And made
David
it look
Cameron,
easy. Just
third leg,
clipped
Nick
the
to throw
second
first.
dart on the
Game
way
on.
in.
That was not an easy shot. He made it look easy and he didn't think about it, but boy, that was a good dart.
97.
Get the feeling this game could go very, very long.
It wouldn't be a surprise, would it? They look very well matched, these
42.
two. Very much so.
6 all in legs. Who's going to be broken first? Could have one of those matches where there's no breaks to throw at all. And look who it is.
Oh, there's John Gwynn there as well.
Yeah. TJ and Andy Smith.
Terry Jenkins,
97.
9 major televised final. There he is, having a little slurp. And Big Andy, world champion eater, alongside him. And John Gwynn, who, well, he's a rule and a law unto himself, isn't he? Not sure he's a world champion of, but he certainly knows plenty about the sport and knows plenty about particularly the Manchester area.
Yeah, good to see TJ, and Jackie's having a little word with Gwynny as well. I was in Bahrain with Terry Jenkins and his son in November. We had a lovely time just trying to spread the word of darts into the Middle East. Had a really interesting trip.
Good player he was, Terry.
100.
Very, very well respected among his fellow pros for many a year.
Hugely respected. Fullwell has got the advantage still on throw. Toe-to-toe stuff like I mentioned in the last leg. Can Cameron...
Oh, hello. Something went clattering there. Just caused Dave Cameron just to pause. Not sure if it was a table or a few beers which went tumbling.
Double 4 for Fullwell. Good guide. Oh, just hit it too much. He didn't glance on it.
Well, this is a chance of a break at last. 102. Good dart. 10 would leave double 16. He's got it, so this could be it.
86.
Break opportunities that are all going begging. And Fullwell back for 2s. Double 1s on the underside, and Cameron surely will break through here.
16.
Tried to rev himself up. You could see him saying, come on, to himself. Double 8. Now switching for 4s.
12.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Stickiness on the doubles.
Require 4.
It's almost like they don't want to break through. It's got to go to the left of that. Now it's... How did it? He's got to go through the middle. Oh, like a Johnny Wilkinson field goal through the posts.
Game on.
Dave Cameron looking at it, thinking, how on earth did that get through? But get through it did. And so a hold of throw for Fullwell after all of that.
Now that was the only way he could have hit that double 2, because the flight went left, the point went right.
He looked totally blocked. I mean, I know our camera angle can be deceiving, but it looked incredibly difficult to find a way through, but he did. Especially
with those really long darts, they're like javelins, those things that Nick uses. More equipment to negotiate and a smaller double to hit. It's almost like it was easier for him to hit a smaller target.
Well, he's piling in here, and the contingent of supporters who've made their way down from the West Midlands are optimistic here that it could be the break which gives him the set.
And look at the difference in the first 9 scoring average. That's why Nick Fullwell is so respected, because he just loves hitting that treble 20, and he does so with such accuracy.
Bit like Chizzy, isn't it? He's a massive Dave Chisnell,
45.
Massive turn 80 man. 81. He's going to be here later in the week, I understand.
Yeah, he's coming up Thursday. No shot at double, but he didn't go for 12 in bowl because he didn't need to. And that first breaker throw is surely coming now, and it'll be huge because it will give Nick Fullwell the 3rd set.
Well, nothing like a burden of expectation. Nico speaks. It will surely come now. Top, sir. Double 10. Yes, good dart. There it is. You know your man. And Nick Fullwell gets the break, gets the set, and now that is a significant lead in the match.
It is. Dave Cameron is on the brink. Going to have to play well from here against someone who is outscoring him. Just doesn't seem to miss that treble 20 much. He's not missing it here.
140.
Well, his debut is playing like to the manner born, isn't he?
Well, Nick's one of those players who's been around a long time.
He's had PDC experience, hasn't he, for a few years.
Perplexing that he's never played at the BDO World Championships before, but So much experience, played so many great players over the years.
125.
He's got just as much experience, maybe not at the same level as someone we'll see this evening in Andy Hamilton.
83.
Andy Hamilton in a real tough one tonight against the Maori Darren Heroini, who looked very good beating the left-hander Simon Stainton. And he's going to have to be on his mettle.
Yeah, Heroini is very watchable, as is Hammer. Spoke to Andy last night. He is bubbling to get 94. Up there. Can't wait.
One to look forward to. Good night tonight. Scott Waits against Wolfie as well. Women's World Champion in action.
80.
I know you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm a Makuru super fan.
124.
Big shot for Cam. Yeah, it's 14 and Bull. Bullseye.
No
76.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Fullwell though.
56.
This is a break opportunity. Big moment for him. Tops.
Game
Yes, there it is.
Lag.
And that is now the break, which means he can very definitely see the finishing line.
Nick to throw first. Game
just got to run through it. You can't be cautious when you see that finishing line. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Stay aggressive, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, look at that. Another one. 8th of the match. That's his 7th.
97.
Again, mental arithmetic letting me down. It's his 6th, sorry. They say darts is good
60.
for mental arithmetic. It's not too good for me at the minute, but he's banging in those treble 20s.
We've been around darts a long time, John. Oh, and there's another 180. If anybody's had a little wager on how many 180s there be in this match, I guess you're in the red.
Well, that's 8.
In the good part of the red.
6-2. There's 41. The stats. Cameron with a chance to break straight back.
100.
Needed that 60 with the last dart.
He'll be saying to himself right now, Dave Cameron, I didn't come all this way to lose first game.
125.
Again, hammering the treble 20s.
124.
So 124. Can't finish now, so Fullwell, chance to hold.
54.
Looked unlikely, but he's got an opportunity 95. Here.
He's going to go for the treble 19 first. Double 8. Oh, he gave it a scare. It was a good 2 centimetres to the right 70. Of the target. And 70. Cameron needs this.
He's got a 15, needs another for tops. Tops it is.
Game
and
shot
tops it's taken, it's the break back.
David Cameron.
Somewhat fortunate miss on the single 10
David
there.
To throw first. Game on.
Guaranteed the single 15 the second time and gets tops.
It's only just sneaked in that second dart.
Yeah, I know all about going for a single 15 and hitting
64.
Double. It's not a good feeling.
So it is right back
55.
In the mixer here, and Cameron may be able to get his nose ahead in this set if he can win this leg.
81.
These guys are making Wesley Harmsworth, who plays next. The self-professed from a few years ago best player in the Netherlands.
140.
The Birmingham City fan Nick Fullwell hoping for a place in the next round. What Wolves and Baggies fans call Birmingham City fans? I know they call Villa fans the Vile, don't they?
It can't be anything good.
100.
Well, I know it's Blues, but I think it might be. I think it might be a bit more creative than that.
Creative.
The rotten Blues. The awful Blues.
45.
I know what the Geordies call the Sunderland fans. I can't say that on air.
Well, we call Sheffield Wednesday fans pigs and vice versa.
43.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of rivalry as long as it's not too bad. Right now, this game has been played in a very good spirit. I don't know
60.
Of any Canadians that aren't polite. Fullwell looking at 51 now.
82.
Slips into the single two. That could be a big miss.
151.
So 151 Cameron to hold throw. Great first dart. It could be on. Oh, unlucky. Just the wrong side of the wire. Needed treble 17 for tops.
84.
Yeah, good use of the 25 81. There to get himself down to a manageable out. But it may be in vain. Nick Fullwell has just plucked that 81 easily to put himself within one leg of this match. And you can see how much he's ramped up now.
Fourth leg is Nick to throw first.
That line.
Game on.
Doesn't want a Devon Lock moment. He wants to just keep his form, keep his composure, and keep hitting the big numbers. It's there somewhere, coming down, looking for 78. It and gets it.
You can see that when there's a tiny bit of tension with Nick, the neck tends to go up and the shoulder goes backwards. Snatches the dart only ever so slightly. Most of this match, he's been very smooth.
Well, Dave Cameron, lots of experience. He's not going to lie down.
58.
And if there is a bit of a quake, he's going to be able to jump right in. And he's effectively already taken the darts in this leg.
58.
I'm sure the number 14 seed David Evans is going to be watching this thinking, I'm going to have to get my scoring boots out.
140.
There's another bit of proof of that, because 140s and 180s in this match from Fullwell have been very good, especially in the first 9.
Fullwell, remember, just needs this
45.
leg for that place in the next round and that match against Evans. Oh, good dart. That'll do nicely.
140.
Just too strong at the scoring. He's given himself so many more chances. And Cameron hasn't played poorly 60. For me, but just hasn't been able to live with Nick 85. On the treble 20.
Back-to-back ton 40s now, needs 85. Well, treble 18, I would imagine. Oh, he's got it for double 8. Good
69.
Effort, but he'll be back.
When he threw that dart, Nick Fullwell, he probably thought it was in. So close. And Cameron needs a treble, or it's curtains.
100.
Good last dart. So double 8 for the match.
Game shot.
And there'll be a few smiles down Stourbridge way.